Well, hello, my family, my YT family. Yes, it's late. It is late, but there is a seriously good reason why it is late. Let me do lips of the day first, and I will fill you in. I have done a lip look on this before. Fix my shirt. Ooh, what is behind me? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let us start off with the lip liner. Yeah, Nancy's feeling really good right now. Cinco de Mayo, honey. Cinco de Mayo. This is a Milani lip pencil in Great Crush. Lined. And Filled is one of my favorite lipsticks. I've done a numerous amount of YouTube videos on this. This is CoverGirl Lip Perfection. CoverGirl, see. Lip Perfection. And this is in number 335, excuse me, Embrace. And that is what Embrace looks like. And this is what Embrace looks like. Love this shade, people. Love this shade. And this is what Embrace looks like. Yes, it does, honey. That's Embrace. It's got like a iridescent purplish undertone. It's like a wine and a purple. Very nice. So, that is lips of the day. And, oh, I have two empties. This quench, this is the second quench. So I had a twofer from Amazon. Twofer. And this is the second one. It's got to go. Bye-bye. It's finished. I love it. I love it ever so, but it's gone. And I have a couple of lotions that I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. So I'll fill you in later. And then there was this sample. Mon Paris. Yves Saint Laurent Mon Paris. This one smells okay. But the one that I'm using now smells even better. I like it a lot better. This one is Burberry. I love Burberry. Mr. Burberry. Oh, damn. This is a man's scent? What? Well, it smells very feminine for a man's scent. Anyway, this is Mr. Burberry. And I've got about that much left. I've been spraying myself all damn day with a man's cologne. Eau de toilette. Mr. Burberry. Mr. Burberry doesn't smell like a normal man's cologne. I certainly like it. I'd buy it for my own damn self. This is good. This is good. This is the one I'm using now. As you can see, by next week it'll be gone. So that is that. With that, upon that, sit down. So this was a very good Friday. A very good Friday indeed. Starting off with the fact that my supervisor wasn't there. Can I have a hallelujah? Can I have an amen on that? So that was number one. Number two, it was raining cats and dogs and puppies and frogs and turtles and all sorts of madness. It was raining like the Dickens this afternoon. So all the women, now in the office, we all got together and put in for ordering Chipotle. Now, you know, I love me some Chipotle. Now I found another place I can go have lunch. Unfortunately, they don't deliver. So we had to place the order, and then an hour later, somebody had to go in the rain, honey, and go and pick it up. But we all took one of the conference rooms for ourselves. And, you know, we were doing the idle chatter and this, and that. I kind of sat back a little bit. I kind of sat back and observed the dynamics of how people work. I chimed in every other fourth, fifth word. But I basically just sat back. And I noticed sitting across from me, the girl who trained me, she didn't open her mouth. Not hardly. She was listening like me, but she was kind of, she'd been there for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So she pretty much knows the dynamic, and she knows what conversation to interject herself in and what to stay away from. So I'm following her lead, even though she doesn't even realize it. I'm following her lead. The two of us really didn't talk. Look at this one over here. Going in my stuff. So she didn't really say that much, and I didn't really say that much. But who had the audacity to sit to the left of me? Pitbull. Why was she sitting next to me? It's like almost every single time when we have like lunches, she's either sitting to the right of me or sitting to the left of me. The last time we had a little luncheon, she was sitting to the right of me. This time, she was sitting to the left of me. Why? Why you got to sit next to me all the time? So I didn't really talk that much because I was enjoying my Chipotle food, honey. What? Oh, I was enjoying my barbacoa. That meat is nice and spicy. I had brown rice, black beans. I had barbacoa meat. I had fajitas. What? I was, honey, and I'm not a vegetable person, as everybody knows. But when they put them in the form of a fajita, you know, with the onions and the green peppers and all of that, slapped it in there and put some hot salsa sauce on top. What? Oh, yes, please, and thank you very much. So that lunch was very, very filling, and it was very, very good and delicious and yummy, yummy-licious. So that ended at about, I'd say about 10 to 2. So we went back to doing whatever we had to do. But come 4:30, here's where it got real weird. At about 4:30, everybody's still working. But the big guy, he's going in the kitchen. And then I see these 3 other guys, 3 other attorneys going into the kitchen. And I'm hearing all kind of madness and all kind of dishes clinking and glasses and all of this. And I'm like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, I see a slew of people going into the kitchen. Then somebody turns on some Mexican music. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? And I'm still sitting there because I don't know, but the phones were pretty much dead. The big guy comes out and he says, Nancy, what are you doing? Shut the phones off. We're having tequila and we're having margaritas. Come on inside, join us. I was like, what? And I'm looking at the time, and it's like 4:30. I'm like, oh, we gonna kill the last half hour of this day. Honey, we were in there eating chips, taquitos, salsa. We had quesadillas. We had queso sauce. What? Alcoholic beverages in the workplace, people. What? And you know I'm very happy right now. So, you know, Nancy had her fill. Oh, honey, I had 2 glasses of the margarita. That was tasting mighty delicious, mighty yummalicious. And I couldn't do a third because you know what I said. 3 drinks and I'm dancing on tables. So I said that to one of the coworkers, and he was like, "Oh, we gonna have to get her drunk during the summer the summer because they usually do like a summer party." And they already sent out where the summer party's going to be. I don't even know. Where's Bayville? Bayville, Long Island, somewhere. It's out there on a beach somewhere. Anyway, so that same coworker kind of like put me on the spot. And he's like, well, this is Nancy's first little, you know, company party that we're having indoors. I was like, yay, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? Had a drink in my hand. They were passing it. They kept shoving like chips. Come on, Nancy, have some taquitos. Have some chips. I was like, oh, well, you know, y'all don't have to tell me twice when it comes to food. And it's Mexican food at that. Whether it's like the appetizer kind of thing or whether it's the actual, you know, like the Chipotle. So, yeah, I was stuffing my face. I was, yeah, oh, chips, oh, drink. Then it started to dissipate, like 5 to 5. People were like, okay, gotta go, bye. Pitbull, she was like the first out the door. Fine by me. So I took the mail out, and as I'm coming back in, like I see all the women leaving. Bye, have a good weekend, have a good weekend, have a good weekend. And then I put, where the crate of the mail goes, I put it back in its place. I turned off the television, and I went back into the kitchen. And there's like about 7 of them in there, but they're all guys. So I was like, is this a guys only situation? They were like, pull up a chair, Nancy, come on. I was like, okay, fine. So I sat and I was eating and drinking with the fellas. I was eating and drinking with the fellas. And then, the poor thing, the big guy's secretary, she had finally finished doing whatever she was doing. She was in the middle of doing something. She had to type something up for him. And he's in the kitchen having a good time, and the poor thing is out there. So finally she finished. She completed what she completed. And I was like, yay, another estrogen-filled person. I don't have to be the only one. And they were like cracking up on that and everything. And I'm like, yay, another woman. So it was the 2 women and there was about like 7 of us. And then it eventually dissipated to like 4 of us only. And they were like, Nancy, you still hanging? I'm like, I'm hanging with the rest of you. Whenever you guys leave, that's when I leave. We did not leave the job until 7 o'clock. Drinking, telling stories, kind of getting to know each other. And the big guy's secretary, he's like, Nancy, I'm so glad you stayed, because, this is how you get to know people, and you get to know, your coworkers. And I'm like, I'm so glad I stayed too. And the big guy, he said the best thing that completed the week for me, because, this week sucked ass, until he said this. He said, you are such a breath of fresh air. I am, welcome to our company, and you're doing a great job, and we really like you a lot. And I was like, thank you so very much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. So, we were hanging around, I think we emptied out the tequila bottle, which I really don't think we did, but we all had quite a few. And there were 2 big glasses, big bottles of tequila. One was like tequila hot with spice in it, and the other was like a tequila plain. I had the tequila plain. Okay, I don't need no more spice in the spiciness of my chipotle that I had, and we had the spicy queso, and that was enough spice. I needed liquids to calm the spice down. I didn't need the liquid to be spicy too. So it was a lot of fun, people. It was a lot of fun. But it's the big guy that he sets the tone. He was in the kitchen. He was microwaving the taquitos and the chips. He's like, and I kept seeing him pour this honey mustard. And I said, big guy, that's what he's going to be called. I said, you really like that honey mustard? He goes, you got to try this honey mustard. Go ahead. Pour a little there and have it with some pretzels, because that's what he was doing. So I said, okay. So he gave me the honey mustard. He gave me the bag of pretzels, and he's like watching to see what my reaction is going to be. Let me tell you, that honey mustard was the ish. That honey mustard was the ish. I have never tasted a honey mustard like this before. I was like, you know what? I need to know what that is. I forgot the name of it already. Damn it. But I think I would recognize it if I went shopping and I found it in the aisle. But honey, that honey mustard was very delish. So I can understand why he kept just pouring it on his plate. He finished like half of it by his own damn self. He was having a good time. He's a big guy, but he's sort of soft-spoken. But, a bunch of us let out a few F words and a few shits and dams, and, But, it's like, it's after hours. We're hanging out. Instead of going to a bar, we kind of made it our own little bar atmosphere in the kitchen. So it was a lot of fun. And afterwards, we all cleaned up together, and we all put everything in the dishwasher. I started the dishwasher up. And, yeah, Monday will just be another day. But it ended on a very good note. This week ended on a very good note. Because, the beginning of this week sucked ass, like I said. But, hell to the yeah. The way it ended was perfect. I'm so glad I stayed behind. You know, everybody else has been with the company for X amount of years. I'm the new girl. I don't want to be, you know, aloof, and I don't want to be, you know, the type of person that just, you know, oh, she can't hang with us. I can hang. There is one coworker though. I've noticed that I really don't think she likes me for just whatever reason. Because whenever she's talking to a group of women, or even if it's like three, me, her, and somebody else, she's always facing the other person. She gives me her back, or she just doesn't talk to me. And as a matter of fact, the whole Chipotle thing, they had ordered. And then she called me and she said, "Oh my gosh, Nancy, I just feel so bad because we're ordering for Chipotle and I had sent out an email and by mistake I left you out the email. But if you want to order with us, you know, just email me your order." I said, "Hell to the yeah, I'm gonna email you my order. Damn Skippy." And I mean, I didn't say it like that, but why are you gonna, you know, automatically I felt out. I felt outed because it's like, not outed in that kind of way, but you know, I felt like an outsider. Like, you include every other woman. You don't understand that the first person that you see is a woman and you just gonna leave me out of the but that's the way she is. When all of us are leaving at 5 o'clock, when I'm, you know, when I actually can leave at 5 o'clock with the rest of them, she's talking to everybody else and she never looks at me. Ever looks at me. I can understand because everybody else is making an effort to kind of include me in, to make me feel like part of the gang. But her, and there's another one. But the other one is I can see she's kind of sort of making an effort. But this one right here, I'm going to have to find a name for her. But, yeah, I really just don't think she likes me for whatever reason. See, had you stuck around, bitch, you would have gotten to know me and you would have realized that I'm an okay kind of chick. But she left early with the rest of them. So, you know, and she kind of sort of semi-monopolized the conversation when we were all having lunch. Excuse me. But hey, that's okay. You know, here's the thing. She's the youngest in the entire company. She's not even 30 yet. She's 29. She's going to be 30 sometime this year. I don't know. But I just I don't know. She constantly gives me the cold shoulder for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. But, you know, I'm certainly not going to lose sleep over that. You know, get to know me like the secretary of the big guy. And she was eating lunch with the rest. She was the one that was sitting to the right of me while Pitbull was sitting to the left of me. So we got to know each other. We were kind of, you know, exchanging words here and there. We got to really know each other after work in the kitchen where we had our little Cinco de Mayo party. And, you know, she got to know me a little bit better and I got to know everybody else a little bit better, got to know her a little bit better. And, you know, get to know me before you automatically strike me out and hate me for whatever reason. Is it because I'm black? I don't know. But that is kind of the first thing that I have to come up with. Because why else would you just automatically not like somebody without even an inkling of wanting to get to know somebody? I'm a coworker, bitch. You're going to be working with me for as long as the company will have me. So make an effort. Make an effort. You know, I try to, every time we're in a group and she's in the group and I'm talking, I look at her, but she's just like never looking at me for like whatever reason. She's either talking to somebody else or whatever the case. You know what? It ended on a good note today. So I am not going to let that chick get on my last nerve. I hung out with the big guy. The big guy knows I can hang. And with the other two coworkers, and the big guy secretary. So, you know, what else we didn't need many other people to have a party. We had a party all by ourselves. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I stuck around. And, you know, the rain finally stopped. Finally. It may start up again. I don't know. But it finally stopped. I drove, you know, rain-free. And It is what it is, people. It is what it is. So that's just that with that upon that. I don't know when that's going to happen again. But I don't even know what month we're going to have this big summer shindig. I don't know if it's July or August. I forget. But whatever. It's at a beach kind of resort kind of place. Very hoity-toity, honey. I'm probably going to be the only black one there again. Doesn't surprise me anymore. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. But, you know, it's a little unnerving at first when you walk into a lily white place. Let's be real. Lily white place, and, you know, I'm not the help. And, you know, I'm part of the company. But here I am walking into a lily white place, and I'm the only black person in the company walking in with all of these white people. So this is going to be quite fascinating indeed. So we shall see what we shall see. Okay. You know, of course, I'll fill you in on that when that time comes. But in the meantime, you know, that is it. That is all. I know it's kind of late, but at least you did see me. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy. You know, them margaritas with ish. They damn good. They were really good. And no, I'm not tipsy because I didn't have 3 drinks. I only had 2. And in small cups. Not them big, gigantic cups. I had them in the small cups. I know what I was doing. I have to drive, people. My brand new Jeep. Hello? Okay, so that is that with that upon that. Oh, and by the way, just a heads up. Last night, before I went to sleep, I had such a major itch to place an order on Amazon. You know I did, right? So there's like 4 things coming. But then I found some other things on my list that I left out of that original order. So I may place another order tonight. And one does consist of another face powder. Don't even. Yeah. So the jury is still out, but don't be surprised if there's going to be another order, because I think I really am going to place that other order. There's only about 3 things, I think. I could have ordered them all together, but it wasn't until I was going down my list and I'm like, oh, I wanted to get that before payday. So then when payday comes, I can order like the boring stuff and his scoop free and his food and mostly all of the things for him. So let me order the fun stuff for myself since I have a little extra play money. So yeah. And I want to order through Amazon so I could use my checking account because I really don't want to use my credit cards. And I'm doing so well with the payments right now that right now I'm going to kind of stay away from Ulta and stay away from all those other beauty sites that won't allow me to use my checking account. I think Amazon's like the only site that I can order makeup and stuff and all the fun stuff and, you know, place orders in general with my checking account. All Cosmetics Wholesale won't allow me. You have to use a credit card for that. Ulta, you have to use a credit card for that. I don't want, you know, and I love me some Ulta and I love me some All Cosmetics Wholesale, but I'm going to take a back seat on those for a while until I lower my balance again on my credit cards. And, you know, when I can, and I have a little extra play money in my checking account, which I do right now, I'm going to place that order there. Yes. So I'm going to go check the Amazon site again and decide whether, yay, nay, if I really, you know, I really don't need anything. Like I said, people, like you need another powder. Like for real. But this one is a L'Oreal Lift powder. And I'm reading all the reviews and it's good for the skin. And I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. Gives a bit of a glow and all of that. And then I had it before, but now I want it again. The L'Oreal Glow Oil. I think it's something Glow Oil. It's a little bottle, but there's the regular size bottle, and then there's a little itty bitty bottle that's not even an ounce. But I think I'm going to get that one because in case I really don't like it again, then I won't feel so bad tossing it. But I'm going to get the smaller one. So there's that. And then there's a buffing brush, which I think I ordered last night. It was like only $5.99, but I really want this buffing brush because it's the type of brush that's perfect for, like, you know, my powder makeups. Like the one I'm using today is the Laura Geller. It is the perfect buffing brush. It's bigger than this one, which is what I'm using now. It's a little bit denser and it's bigger. So I could just do, you know, that and just really buff it into my skin. So, yeah. So, you know, when the orders come, of course, I'll let you know. My little mini haulages. Okay, so that is that with that upon that, people. The weekend is here. Finally, it is here. And I'm going to try to enjoy my evening and my Saturday and my Sunday. Okay, Pop is doing double duty again. So instead of coming home at 12 midnight like he normally would on his normal shift, no, he's going to come home on 8 o'clock Saturday morning because he's doing a double shift again. I can't talk this man out. I really can't talk this man out. But he's like, well, I'm making my Jeep payments and this, and that, and it's good for my wallet and all of this. And I'm like, okay. What? I can't force the man not to work. And I know he's doing it for me. So I can't really be mad at him. But I'm concerned. I'm not worried because it's not like he's sick or anything. But I don't want him to get sick. I don't want him to work his way to death. Okay? But you know that, I don't even want to discuss it. He's a workaholic, okay? And he really needs to just stop. But he can't. He can't. He can't, like, relax. He can relax for maybe an hour, but he always wants to do something. He needs to do something. He needs to go play in his man cave. He's got to always be moving around. Me, on the other hand, I'm my mother's daughter. And I'm not saying that like an insult, but my mom knew how to relax. She worked hard. She raised me. You know, while my father was working 2 jobs or 2, sometimes 3, she raised me. But, you know, after a while, she knew when to, because she had heart problems. And that's basically, you know, what she passed on. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to work to death, which is why I really want to win that damn lottery. But that's for another day. Let us not end this video on a bad note. Let's end it on a good note. Let's hope that tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to be raining again tomorrow, but let's hope that the weekend is maxing and relaxing and just enjoying myself. Okay. So I love you. I love my YouTube family. Mr. Man, I don't know what he did all day, but he's sleeping. He sure as hell is sleeping on the floor. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday. Okay? I love you. I love you all, and have a good weekend and a safe one. Mwah. Bye now.